All right, I'm here with co-defensive coordinator and defensive tackle coach Chris Mineo and defensive tackle Jacob Granado. Coach, talk about just your overall goals for this position group in spring camp.
Yeah, the biggest thing we wanted to get accomplished was be a little bit more gap accountable, still be able to stay disruptive inside, but have those guys maintain gap control a little bit more, which I think we've done a lot better job of this spring.
Jacob, what were some of your goals for these 4 weeks?
My goal is just to get better as a player overall and produce more and play my technique more sound and do what coach is asking to do. I mean, this past offseason we focused on paying attention to detail, and I feel like that's what I was trying to focus on during the spring.
You're entering your junior year. How do you feel you've grown as a player coming into your third season?
Honestly, words can't describe it. Being here for 3 years is amazing. It's a blessing, and just growing as a player has been amazing here. You know, I wouldn't rather have a different coach coaching me.
How have you seen this team grow overall in 3 years?
Seeing the team grow is just something that is words really can't describe, because from where we were year one to where we're at now, nobody would have imagined where we would be or where we could go.
Coach, what have you seen over the last 3 weeks?
Yeah, the biggest thing I've seen, and one thing we want to try to accomplish when we got to this offseason was being a little bit more accountable as a group up front, being more accountable as a defense, and kind of what we've done to hold those guys to that standard was, you know, if someone was late, you know, whether it was 30 seconds late or a minute late, is the whole group was gonna do a little punishment for that person. And biggest thing we're trying to get out of is if they mess up in a game, the whole team's going to suffer for it, not just that person. So just trying to get those guys more accountable, and I think it's carried over into spring ball as well.
You come into this season as one of the rare groups that actually loses a pair of seniors. What's it been like to have to replace them, and what have you seen from the group that's had to replace them so far?
Yeah, I think, you know, between Yeti, Frank, and AJ, those guys are hard to replace. You know, from a playing standpoint to just having those personalities in the meeting room, they're tough to replace. I don't think you try to replace them. I think you just try to build on what you have. Each player is different. Find out what those guys' strong points are, what their weaknesses are, and trying to bring those weaknesses into strengths and what they're good at, trying to make them better at it so that we can play and be disruptive up front.
Jacob, is there anybody either at tackle or at end that's stepped up and really done their part this camp?
I'd want to say the whole group has. I know we're all looking out for each other, and from everything to showing up on time to weights or meetings, we're all holding each other accountable now. And it's just everybody knows what their job is, and they're trying to do it to the best of their abilities.
Coach, what's a good spring game this coming Saturday for you guys?
A good spring game for us is to be able to come in and watch a tape on Sunday or Monday, have zero loafs, have zero mental errors, and I think if you can play hard, you can play mistake-free, the rest of the stuff will follow.
Jacob, what about you? Your personal goals on Saturday?
Just to play as sound as possible. Just do what I've been coached to the past 4 weeks, and just really give all I got. No loafs, like Coach Mineo said, and just hustle around the field.